Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, ImperialDane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Beaux Lowlands. Yes, indeed, a return to the Lowlands. It's going to be a bit of a running start. Also, my sincerest apologies. It is going to be a game with me as Wehrmacht. So, of course, there's going to be a bit more Wehrmacht-centric. And, of course, for now, some people who do seem to sort of get all their pants in a bunch about that, my apologies. But currently, thing is, I've got a bunch of exams. Thing is, I don't always have the sort of right mix of replays of high quality, in fact, or even good quality. Which, of course, means sometimes I just have to do things like this, you know, cast a few more of my games with a few more Wehrmacht-centric games, you know. And again, if I have to choose between, you know, variety or casting rubbish games, I will, well, you know, quality. I'm going to go for quality because I'd rather prefer, you know, not casting rubbish games. Also opposing shall be Looni of the Americans of the 4th Infantry Division. Or let's just, in fact, say 28th. The Bloody Buckets, I believe it was called. Anyways, should be a fun game. Hopefully you will find it as well. And again, my apologies. I, of course, rather prefer some variety in sort of games. But again, if I don't have it, I can't cast it. So again, please don't go nuts in the comments. It's usually a bit boring, and particularly since it tends to be the same few people who are acting in the same silly manner. And of course, I shall be representing, oh, I don't know, let's just say for fun, one of those Panzer Brigades. I do seem to enjoy them so much. Such a fun little odd amalgamation of forces in terms of training, not very good. In terms of equipment, pretty good. But the 111th in this case, Volksgrenadier is out. Lovely skin there. Also, we've had a huge blowout in previews yesterday. I mean, absolutely massive. Lots of replays, lots of details. For example, we got more details on how tanks will be captured. It will either be in form of a critical variation, a bit like damaged engine or destroyed gun. Now, crew dead. Secondly, some vehicles can be cleared out. I'm probably guessing open top vehicles, like say, if we're going to use Company Heroes, one example as a Marder 3, for example. You know, open top like that. We are going to be having flamethrowers in certain attacks. I'll probably guess in a grenade. Can also clear them out. Otherwise, real sounds will be used. I mean, real gun sounds recorded. So we'll be actually hearing the real weapons being fired this time around. Otherwise, what really was noticed, you know, was the detail of no pretty aggressive start right here. Securing a lot of the map, using his rifleman among others to sort of take points. And also I'm sort of trying to stick to my usual Beaux Lowlands strategy, which is secure all on the one side of the river where I start, and then sort of slowly inch towards the other side. But Looni so far doing alright. Point being secure right there, and of course rather sensing something I move in. Volksgrenadier moving in from the south, Wehrmacht moving in from the north, providing a bit of fire support, and again that's rather why I like it, of course with constants, but also the fact that it can provide quite a nice boost to the firepower of my infantry. Right there, because it does have a bit the sort of same effect as an LMG-42, just more accurate, but not quite as much suppression. Second Volksgrenadier squad ready. Moving over to deal with some harassing riflemen right there. Wehrmacht stopping some engineers in the process. Hooray! Third unit out, or fourth unit, going to be the MG-42 Schweres MG-42. Otherwise, previous were rather up about, you know, all the detail, all the authenticity that Relic is, you know, really putting into it, which is certainly nice. Here I was sort of trying to attempt to lay down some sandbags, but it never really came back because Looni kept counter-attacking. So I was rather forced to pull back from that munitions point. Pioneer securing that central point. A small skirmish right here. Rather than pushing up here, cross negative to no cover. With my Volksgrenadier and Wehrmacht providing a nasty little presence here. MG-42 moving up. Of course, also trying to secure here, but again, Looni does have the sort of majority of the field. Oh, Volksgrenadier dropped. And of course, the squad leader. Always the squad leader. But a bit of early aggression. Other things noted in the previews, besides, you know, tanks, vehicles, and, you know, for example, the authenticity again, how Relic has put so much research into it. They've gone on trips, they've talked with experts, Russian and German. And they're even talking about using some diaries of a Russian soldier for this Soviet campaign. Apparently there won't be a German campaign, at least not initially. They might have one planned for later, I'm not sure. They weren't really keen on that. Also note, a jeep from Looni3, or Looni, or whatever. MG42 holding the center. Flamethrowers going in against the Volksgrenadiers again, protecting this munitions point, and here a bit of a Mexican standoff. Not quite working out for my advantage. Additional Volksgrenadiers arriving, thus giving me the 3 Volksgrenadiers MG Schwimmwagen start, which I rather like. The Schwimmwagen again sort of for reconnaissance purposes, but also, you know, boosting firepower, and really can do quite a bit in that way. It's a nice sort of infantry support vehicle. Skirmish phase on the way, flamethrowers being equipped. And again going for this munitions point. Will this time be the charm? Setting out for a larger assault here to finally drive out those riflemen and engineers. Mines up there, that is good. Mining is generally considered to be a good thing. Volksgrenadiers push on against the Jeep. Foul thing, and again another assault by Looni. Volksgrenadiers and Schwimmwagen once more opening up. Riflemen taking losses as they are pushing in. At the same time, riflemen are moving up, getting suppressed by the MG42, but they're still carrying on. Oh, attempting, I think he might be trying to get off a grenade, but oh, the riflemen get absolutely cut down by the Schwimmwagen and the Volksgrenadiers. And there we go, grenade on the MG42, clearing out 2 gunners, last one barely alive. Riflemen holding out, surrounded here by several Volksgrenadiers of the Panzer Brigade. I suppose much less trained Panzer Grenadiers, I suppose. And there we go, another grenade, but now I am aware, of course, that he is a grenade-lobbing little fiend. But definitely not a good start right here for Looni. He's down 1 rifleman squad. So he's probably cursing a bit at the moment. And immediately setting out, laying down barbed wire to sort of hinder his movement. Here and there, and of course again that's rather what I like, using barbed wire for hindering movement, thus giving me further an advantage, because again the Americans do thrive on being able to maneuver about as freely as possible. So of course to try to deny that is generally a good thing. Flamethrower engineers getting attacked by the Schwimmwagen. Volksgrenadier trying to move in and deal with this in Jeep. Panzerfaust, and it does get the kill, hooray! Rather than moving towards the center. Fresh ones trained right there for Looni, or did he? Yes, there we go. MG42 and Pioneers, although not really a good situation. Why is that? Well, note here, hedgerows do shield the riflemen, allowing them to get close to the MG with a grenade, and of course that forced me to pull the MG back, which again means it won't be as effective. It's now charging in towards the center. This is not quite to my advantage. Schwimmwagen doing what he can, Volksgrenadiers as well, but it's not really going to cut it. Now, of course, the MG can't cover it all. Again, note, it's a rather broad arc it's going to be attacked from, and it simply can't cover it all. So there we go. Getting hit from the flanks. Grenaded. 1 man down. Volksgrenadiers and Schwimmwagen caught in the center. Schwimmwagen trying to get away. Not entirely sure it will do so. Nope. Out of control and into the side of the bridge. Now it's just a bathtub on fire. Schwimmwagen was used in reconnaissance units mostly. Although, of course, some officers would have had them. Pioneers hanging about here. A bit of a mine there. Mine there. Possibly a mine there. Kriegberg's up. Pack 38 ready. And again, generally, though, this is not really a good side to be on. I mean, if you want to fight here, because all of this really makes it difficult for vehicles and packs to sort of get up here. Whereas if you sort of want to get up here to here, I mean, there's not really that much blocking the path. So a slight little difference there in sort of how the terrain affects you. Pioneers and Volksgrenadiers moving in from here, trying to hit him from several sides. Oh dear, getting caught as he's moving in himself. Volksgrenadiers getting blasted to bits, but we do see the MG42 man to get up in time. Looni did not have a grenade ready, and his riflemen are pushed away. Sneaking up here, that's going to be a nasty mine surprise. We are seeing a supply up Trier center. Pinned right here. Ooh, heavy losses. We do have another mine there. Again, mines can be good for you. Grenadiers ready. Slightly more veteran troops. Otherwise, most of the details sort of on the previous detail, rather that one single mission. Reshev Meat Grinder. I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. One very bloody battle, which you don't really hear much about, but again, you know, really guys sort of keen on showing you the Eastern Front, which tends to get sort of ignored in the West, largely for Normandy. So again, more detail on that. We've also seen some new Russian infantrymen. A guy with a green helmet. I'm not entirely sure if he's a regular or a conscript or whatever. Of course, I imagine we'll be getting more details later on. Also, apparently the Wehrmacht in the east will be called the Ost here, which was rather an informal name for that. Volksgrenadier quickly pushed off, though, by the riflemen. Grenadiers moving in, grenading the riflemen. Another push towards the center. A few riflemen taking some nasty losses there. Have to be careful. Retreat, men. And there we go. Veterans you want for these riflemen, though, that's actually going to be a problem already. They're going to be a bit harder to hit, and they're going to have an easier time hitting you. Oh dear. 3 grenadiers down right away. Last one being pushed off. That's quite nice for those riflemen. Center holding. Volksgrenadier is pushing up here, but hitting a mine. Heavy losses. Sturm Armory on the way. And what do we see here? A weapon support center. Looni getting a mortar. Hoping to blast the crowd out of his holes. Not a bad idea. Though of course he should be wary that of course I might be getting a Sturm Armory, perhaps an armored car. That could prove to him to be a bit of an issue. Returning, looking at Looni, no doctrine as of yet. 3 command points though. Might be an idea to actually use that. Mine's going down here. Bit of barbed wire there. Volksgrenadier with MP4 moving out. Victory point right there secured. Fuel being denied to me. And there we go, the mortar opening up. Pioneers quickly retreating as they do realize this is going to be a hazardous area. Sturm Armory up. Mines being detonated. Volksgrenadier still moving in against the Veterans 1 riflemen. He might, of course, try to get off a grenade in their path. It could knock them out if he can pull it off. But no, the Volksgrenadiers do manage to get up close and force the riflemen away. Albeit the Volksgrenadiers themselves weren't in a good condition. Engineers pinned. By going here for the point, Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers moving in with a Panzer. I was actually expecting vehicles. I wasn't expecting a mortar, to be honest. And Volksgrenadiers have themselves assaulted. Quickly pushed off. In behind only the MG42, which once spotted will become a mortar target. Good use of maneuvering right there by Looni. And a supply yard upgrade. Excellent. Now just get a medic station. There we go. MG has been revealed. Mortar pulling up to deal with that. Rifleman trying to sneak up, I think. Ooh, grenade hit right there. 2 grenadiers down. Do believe they are really trying their best to sort of get close to the grenade. 2 MG gunners, and there we go, retreating. Flamethrower pioneers moving in. Center has been lost. And sneaking up there with some pioneers with a minesweeper just in case there have been more mines laid down. People dying in horrible manners. Trying to catch that mortar with only 2 kills so far though. 4 command points. I really would suggest Looni getting a command, using something. Would definitely benefit, I believe. Oh, the pioneers went down to the mortar. BAR's on the way for Looni though. Going to increase his firepower quite a bit. Another push towards the center. Volksgrenadier getting pushed out. Would be an idea to perhaps, wire things off here, for example, would be a good move. Or here. Mines would also be a nice choice. There we go, we do see an attempt at not mines, but we also see a naval wave has arrived, immediately sets about bombarding the center. MG42 setting up. Pack slightly pulling back, engineers getting suppressed, riflemen having the BAR there themselves suppressed.
The Germans are moving in.
So this is not quite working out.
Time to kill some crowds.
Sticky bombs now on the way for Looni. Another rifleman squad might actually have been more of a benefit, I think. And you get a medic station as well. Engineers seem to have been forgotten about what they're supposed to do. The Nebelwerfer has scared the snot out of them. Mortaring up once more. Bunker going down. Grenadiers moving out. Volksgrenadiers. MG with 10 kills, quite nice. Nothing for the Nebelwerfer as of yet. Another push by the Panzer Brigade right in towards the center. Riflemen have hit a mine, are suppressed down to 3 men. Volksgrenadiers with MP40s doing their worst to them. And the mortar can't seem really to get a break anymore. And we are seeing infantry doctrine has been chosen. Volksgrenadiers moving in. Grenade on the riflemen. Largely dodged. Volksgrenadiers with MP40s moving in, but they are getting gunned down. Grenadiers, the only ones left, and retreating those as well. But a swift secondary force moving in. 10 Volksgrenadiers, although bunched up. Dane, what are you doing? Then again, Looni seems to be ignoring that. He missed an excellent opportunity to actually grenade all of these Volksgrenadiers. Really caused a lot of damage. Ouch. MG42 sitting up. Engineers sitting up right in front of them. Less sterling work right there. Will the Rangers be called in? Yes, indeed. Rangers to lead the way. And the engineers went up in flames. A bit painful, that. But bunker up. Probably going to be a medic bunker. Wire going down here to cover this flank. And mining down a bit there as well. But he is holding the sensor, but now he has lost this sort of area up here, which is definitely not to his advantage either. Rangers though are there. He might be getting some Thompsons for them. Would definitely help. Volksgrenadiers going up against Veterans 2 Riflemen. This is not really good. Riflemen Veterans 2 are quite accurate and can do quite a bit of damage that way. With the BARs and note, Volksgrenadiers are quickly savaged. But a secondary force moving in. More Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers medics pulling in. But otherwise, from the Company Views 2 previews, not a lot of details. There was a bit about the esports. They are not specifically aiming towards sort of making an impression there. Grenadiers taking heavy losses. Rangers pulling up. Mortars raining down. This is not really going to be my sort of fight. And there we go. Grenadiers being run off. Riflemen, though, not doing too well either. Have to be careful. MP40's up close. And the MG42. Barely just makes it. And I think I got the mortar with my Volksgrenadiers. Small victory there then. We're taking this area. Rifleman sneaking up there. That MG42 really proving to be the bane of Looni. Nebelwerfer fire once more. Volksgrenadiers getting hit by their own fire. That's not good. Now being forced to run right past the Rangers. We're now getting equipped with the Thompson submachine gun. Quite a lovely weapon, although hard to make and expensive. So they try it with the grease gun, which was easier to make and maintain, but really had some of its own problems. Running right into the bunker though. Rangers now the only ones holding the line, though they do have elite armor, which does protect them against small arms fire. Also, now of course the Thompson submachine. Forced retreat. I have gone terror. Wasn't a bit sure when I'd gone if I'd gone blitzkrieg. Sturmgeschütz firing away. And the Panzer Brigades of the later round. I mean, there essentially were 2 sort of Panzer Brigades.
Victory point under siege. The Germans are moving.
You know, the 100 series, up to 110. Who had Panthers. They had some of the new equipment. The later brigades had a bit more armor, but it was also sort of more mix of Panthers, Panzer Force, and Sturmgeschütz, whatever they could essentially get their hands on. And the difference between a Panzer Brigade and a Panzer Division was essentially the amount of infantry there would be and sort of the other support elements. I mean, a Panzer Brigade wouldn't really have a lot of artillery except some mortars. Perhaps the occasional Nebelwerfer they could get their hands on that. But no howitzers, anything like that. They wouldn't really have a lot of pioneers or reconnaissance infantry either. It was mostly just some Panzer Grenadiers and half-tracks. A bit of other things, not a lot else otherwise. More Rangers arriving for Looni, hoping to relieve them to really lead the way out of this mess for him. Engineers over here caught, have to retreat. Looks like he's making another push towards the eastern flank. And of course firing right here because, well, it's a nice spot to hit them. They're out in the open already. And thus are easier to damage as well. And these riflemen are utterly penned, forced away. Medics pulling in a poor, wounded Volksgrenadier. Grenadiers hiding up there. Veterans on the way, actually. Bit here and there. Sturmgeschütz, of course, being sort of a primary thing, as it really gets a large benefit out of Veterans 1. And Grenadiers equipped with the LMG-42. In fact, I actually do quite a bit of experimenting with the LMG-42 in this game. So to see what it's like, because around the notice is going heavy on infantry, might as well try with a lot of LMG 42, see what happens. Rifleman suffering a bit of damage from the LMG, but otherwise it seems to be the rifles doing a lot. But now he's actually closing out with LMG, and that's actually what you generally don't want to do in some cases. In this case, down to 2 riflemen. The Grenadiers with Veterans 2 now actually suffered very little damage. Bit of barbed wire going down here. Grenadiers with Panzer Brigade also being equipped with the LMG. Rangers moving up here. A bit of artillery, I think, could support Looni a bit better. Or some armor. Grenade on these Volksgrenadiers, will I notice? No. It seems like they did survive a bit. Riflemen in this building getting attacked by the Grenadiers with an LMG. Oh, right in front of it. Oh, my goodness. Quite bloody right there. MP40s might catch them. They might, of course, be occupied with the other riflemen moving up. Oh, Looni being quite fortunate there, not losing his Veteran 2 rifleman. That would be a huge blow to his cause. But again, I do think he really could consider getting... Oh, he actually does have a medic station up. Jolly good, Looni. Jolly good. Again, the naval is proving to be a bit of a foil. Small expeditionary force moving in towards here. Right into the jaws of a ranger squad with Thompsons. That's not good. Pioneers getting gunned down, I fear. Yes, indeed, Volksgrenadier is dead. Let's return to me, though. Grenade right on the Volksgrenadiers. Mine goes off. Nasty losses there. Additional Rangers join in to bash the Hun. But sort of the initial preview rather than Soviet emphasized. Also, multiplayer might be set in 1944-45 from what I read, because there were some specific examples used by one preview mentioned, which sort of did. I think there was a bit of a misclick there, a bit unfortunate. Looks like the mortar team might survive that mistake. Oh! They did not. Ouch. But I mean, back to the sort of bit there. Emphasis, yeah, misclicks. Hates, he's also a Dane apparently. Or apparently, well, he is. But again, sort of, you know, emphasis was placed on Tigers and IS-2s and sort of capturing tanks example. And again, you won't see those except, you know, later war. So again, I suspect, you know, for multiplayer, we will be seeing the late war, at least I hope so. And we're not trying to sort of see a multiplayer that tries to encompass everything. So I hope some of all these details goes nice. Otherwise, you know, of course, follow me on Twitter. Also, there's a huge thread on the Common Heroes forum where I sort of gathered all up the previews. Also, for those that like the Monday Novice fights, I have gathered them up. In fact, I'm equipping a second LMG for this Grenadier team, but I have gathered up all Monday Novice fights in a sort of playlist. Put that on the front page so you can easily find it, or share it with your friends if they feel like they need help. So a dual LMG equipped Grenadier squad, again, sort of curiosity. Ooh, just firing in here because, you know, might as well fire into the dark so you might catch anything. And that was sort of a very lucky shot, which I sort of acknowledged there. Lucky, held it. Mortar firing away right here at the center positions. Grenadiers moving up. Kills, catching some engineers perhaps with a dual LMG firepower. That's going to be quite a bit. And quickly pulling back. Also note the barbed wire to sort of make a direct assault and thus grenades a bit more difficult. Sturmgeschütz, Veteran T2. Another Stug on the way. Nebelwerfer also Veteran T2. Kampfkraft sensors there. Jolly good. Making another push towards the east. This time with more Rangers. We might be seeing a sticky bomb as Rifleman Veteran T2 have a longer sticky bomb range. But I am quickly pulling that back. Mortar rounds towards it, seems like. Rifleman hit a mine. Oh, heavy bazooka barrages against that bunker. And I fear someone were killed. Probably the last of my pioneers. By the looks of things. Not entirely sure. Rangers seems to have stopped up. Bit unsure what to do. Grenadiers moving up with LMGs. Rangers charging in. Oh well, they have been exhausted, meaning they're in fact not quite as good for a brief moment. In fact, moving slower amongst other things. And Stuke 4 getting blasted. Grenadiers moving in with LMGs. Second Stuke moving in, so that's going to be a lot of machine gun fire against the Rangers. Artillery getting called in now. Forcing away my Grenadiers. Not going to do much else though. Another Grenadiers. Oh! Gunner hit! The Stuke got hit by the artillery. One Ranger squad though has been penned down by all that light machine gun fire. And also the heavy. More Grenadiers moving in. But our Stuke is heavily damaged. Not really good. Larger fight going over here against the Volksgrenadiers. Engineers, rifle. Not sure what's in the mines group engineers though. Hang on. And that was my dear mother. Anyways, fighting pressing on. More LMGs again. I'm rather sticking to this experiment. Again, if I'm seeing a lot of infantry, might as well try with some LMGs. See what happens. What will the result be? How many Americans will be bleeding and screaming? Once more pushing on with the mortar, once more trying to get my medic bunker. He of course has realized that. And of course that's one thing, more thing with a medic bunker. It sort of can create a sort of pressure on your opponent, which can force him to make mistakes as he tries to get it. And the Grenadiers, even with LMG, find themselves suddenly a bit outnumbered of one grenade. As for how the two forces, the Russians and the Germans, will operate in combat here too, one is prescribed, you know, sort of a mass army, like a hammer, brutal, direct, whereas the Wehrmacht is sort of more technical prowess and of course the skill of its soldiers. No further details though. Getting pinned though by suppressive fire. Nice move there while you're attacking. Not a lot of players do that, but nice to see. Rangers moving up here. Veterancy 3 though for my armor. Neighbor for suppressing. MG trying to set up, but of course it could be grenaded. No, but it's getting cleared out pretty quickly by the Veteran 2 riflemen. Oh, bloody close. Then to once more being secure rifleman holding up here against the Volksgrenadier force. Not a bit of a standoff there once more. Tank deeper now going up for Looni. Rangers ready once more. Not really any luck for the medics. Some Volksgrenadiers having ventured out a bit more boldly, getting gunned down right there in water. Their final swim. And quite a bit of LMG fire being arrayed against these riflemen. Though mind you, Veterans 2 riflemen actually get a suppression resistance bonus. Not entirely sure why he keeps pulling up that mortar so close. He might actually benefit from getting a heavy machine gun. Interesting enough, he's only getting mortars. A sniper would also have been a nice move for him, I think. Though mind you, LMGs are surprisingly accurate against retreating snipers. Rangers moving up. Heavy fire from the Sturmgeschütz and the Volksgrenadiers. Second Stuke moving up. Lots of bazookas doing heavy damage to the Sturmgeschütz. Grenade on the Volksgrenadiers, 2 down. Rangers not giving up, though they are now getting suppressed. One squad retreating. Medics still not doing anything. They do seem to be holding a bit of a coffee break there. But Looni is at least sort of, you know, trying not to just sort of find one spot. And also note here, machine gun placement. He's trying to cover his flanks. In those cases and in later games, that's not a bad idea to sort of, you know, try and draw in your opponent to either flank. Make it a bit harder for him to move there. Could call in a King Tiger any moment. More sandbags, more positions for the Grenadiers to really hold. Be careful though about placing your own troops to your own mines. Yeah, this could end badly for me if I'm not careful. Sturmgeschütz getting repaired. Panzer Command going up. Figuring out something a bit bigger this time around. Lots of troops in dire need of reinforcement. Supplied upgrade number 2. Great, again, really you need something like that to combat manpower upkeep drain, which is a problem for the Americans. But of course it also ensures riflemen get more veterancy faster. Setting up for a large assault there towards the west, even pulling in the MG42, figuring the Sturmgeschütz and the LMGs will hold the center. Of course I'm not quite aware, of course, what's going to be waiting for me. Machine gun emplacement. Tank destroyers now getting ready for Looni. And he seems to be splitting up in 2 assault teams, actually. Rangers and riflemen getting mixed up here and there. Oh, there we go. Mine well goes off. Mine goes off. Tank destroyer firing away. Engineers charging in, clearing out any mines. Of course, he ensures that his tank destroyer will not get immobilized. Good move there. Though he might want to be a bit quicker in pushing the flanks assault. Nebulous here, as of course I'm expecting this sort of main part of the assault to follow the Hellcat, but of course clearly he's not doing that. So in this case he actually outfoxed me. Sturmgeschütz pulls in. Could get a sack right there. Bunker going out, in fact setting up an MG bunker right there.
An elite heavy panzer has arrived in our
Königsjäger being set ready for the Panzer Brigade. From which schwerer Panzerabteilung though I cannot say. Pioneer setting up position there. Sticky bombs on the Sturmgeschütz. Rifleman getting suppressed. Rifleman advancing here. Could be getting off several sticky bombs on the Stug. Mortar rounds falling. Ooh, bazooka dropped. Get away, pick it up. There we go. But of course, you know, also don't stand in front of a bunker like that. And the Pioneers can, you know, from the bunker do a bit of damage. So there we go. Sticky bomb on the Sturmgeschütz. Ooh, another sticky bomb right there. Grenadiers holding out. 12 kills. Immobilized Sturmgeschütz. This is the time for the Hellcat to move in. Head it in the rear. Come on, Looni. I know you can do it. And there we go. Sturmgeschütz kaput. Brood up. Securing the center quickly. Nicely pulled off assault, although I suppose it could have been a bit better, but still. Second Stug also pulling back. This is not really going well. Bunker left on its own to actually be dealt with by bazookas, but the Grenadiers are quick to move in with the LMGs. Tearing through the Rangers more or less. Even with their elite armors they can't survive that much machine gun fire. Continuing pushing up again. He does need to be a bit more careful with the mortar. At least he might just want to set up in the heavy cover. Rangers pushing up here. Sturmgeschütz pulling up. Königsjäger moving in. With the sort of early turret. Volksgrenadier moving in to hit from the rear. Tank destroyer has been repaired. Second tank destroyer moving in. I might have recommended actually a Sherm to deal a bit better with the infantry. Königsjäger getting hit. Mortar pulled away. Engineers in trouble. Sticky bomb on the King Tiger. Veteran C3 for the rifle. Oh, Volksgrenadier are getting absolutely torn up by the Veteran C3 rifle. Absolute devils, beast, madmen. Rangers flanking up here. Medic bunker down. Pioneers dead as they're trying to lay down tank traps. MG bunker getting flanked. Nebelwerfer's firing. He could be getting an off-map combat group on on-map howitzer. Either way would be good for him. He just needs to do it and push his luck in either direction. An off-map combat group could get him some good vehicles. There we go. Off-map combat group. Bazooka left behind, but Stug a bit damaged. Though with the lovely kills. 16. Holding most of the map for now. King Tiger holding the center. And the Grenadiers once more boldly moving up with the LMGs. Tank destroyer moving in. Riflemen coming under heavy fire. More Grenadiers moving in. That's going to be 3 LMGs firing on these Riflemen Veteran C2. How will this go? Stug arriving. LMGs don't seem to necessarily do that much. Mostly seems like to be the Grenadiers, Kar 98Ks in those cases. Stug though moving in. Hellcat needs to decide what it wants to do. Does it want to knock out the bunker, or does it want to clear out that Stug, or at least get away? Riflemen slaughtered. In the end, losing to all that machine gun fire. Medics finally picking up some wounded.
Casualties being reported.
And they lost the Veteran C2 rifleman. Absolutely horrific. Grenade could be lobbed on the Grenadiers. Yes, indeed. Nice move. All clumped up. Oh, and running straight into the submachine gun equipped there. Volksgrenadiers with a bazooka moving in. But of course, they themselves could get shot up or bazookaed or grenaded. Who knows? Holding up behind my heavy cover, which is not quite fortunate for me. King Tigers and Volksgrenadiers. They can't really seem to hit the Rangers behind the heavy cover though. And another grenade right there on the Volksgrenadiers. Ooh, 3 down. Veterans 1 for these Rangers. Which also, by the way, is actually effect fab. And oh my goodness, I lost another Volksgrenadier squad. Heavy infantry losses all of a sudden. Riflemen trying to sneak up here, but forced retreat saves the day. And I mean, so far my findings seem to be that the LMG-42 is okay, but I mean, not really worth the 75 munitions, to put it mildly. And I definitely hope if they bring it into counter-use 2, which they do, which I hope they do, of course, that they also make it a bit more functional. Veterans 3 Riflemen going in on the hunt for the King Tiger. They want to bag a big one. Sticky bomb, which of course with Veterans 3 is also going to do more damage. And there we go, damaged engine, a bit of nasty damage. Anti-tank gun moving up. Central victory point though is still Loonies. Volksgrenadiers holding out there. Sticky bomb on the King Tiger. Panzer Command is up, but I'm not really getting any use out of it though.
We have a threat to our victory point.
That's not really a good thing. I mean, again, I would warn against, getting a building and not using it. I mean, if you are getting something, expect to use it. Then again, I mean, King Tiger does also present quite a bit of a manpower range. Of course, that might have something to do with it. And in this case, I'm also sort of trying to cut him off from the rest of the resources. And of course, these 2 victory points, essentially, if taken, can cut him off from all of his resources here. 4 kills for the mortar. Riflemen and Rangers moving towards the east. MG bunker in a terrible condition, terrible state. The barn proving to be a hell house of light machine gun fire. Stug also moving in. Grenade on the Grenadiers. They do manage to get out with some wounds. Stug though continues the hunt. Bazooka fire. Oh, Riflemen though are getting suppressed by all that machine gun fire, and a forced retreat clears out the rest. And of course these forces will spend time trying to retake that. And Panzer Command finally lighting up. Not really getting much use of that mortar, but the MG bunker has been cleared out. That's making things a wee bit easier. Off-map combat group almost ready. Mortar once more pushed away. And there we go. Off-map combat group, what shall we receive? Tank destroyer, heavy machine gun, anti-tank gun rifleman. A nice force if you can pull it off correctly. Could be good against the Sturmgeschütz. Anti-tank gun though should of course not be ignored. Mortar fire, lots of machine gun fire, Nebelwerfer fire. Firing in case there of course might be an assault going through there. Rangers are in fact charging right at the Grenadiers, and all of a sudden they are taking much heavy damage as they do get even a bit closer. Grenade, oh! 2 Grenadiers down. Last though hold the line. Moving up here, where is the anti-tank gun? Where is it? Oh, he's pulling it up towards the center to stop the King Tiger there, I suppose he imagines to do. And there we go, Panzerkampfwagen 4. Ausführung G, fully upgraded with armored skirts. Sticky bomb though knocks out the engine. Riflemen are finally reformed, thus giving him 5 rifleman squads. Stug getting attacked, but he just doesn't quite have the forces to do so. He has 3 tank destroyers, but he's not using them. Not entirely sure why he's keeping them back. King Tiger getting sticky bombed again. Repair bunker up now. Pioneers getting pushed away. Come on, Looney, push the assault. Push it to the max. Tank destroyers moving forwards, right to the front of the anti-tank gun, blasting away. And of course, note this is a pretty bad crossing here. Note the negative cover, and he's in fact slowing down right in front of it. Absolutely horrible attack, botching up. like nothing else. Also note, anti-tank gun cleared out by Nebelwerfer fire. Others moving out against the Sturmgeschütz. Anti-tank gun clearing out the Nebelwerfers again. You know, be careful with congestion like this. It can really hurt you badly. Though looks like the Hellcat managed to flank it with its 50 caliber machine gun and clear it out. Note the 50 caliber on the Hellcat is actually pretty decent against infantry. And the Hellcat just can't seem to kill off this Stuke. This Stuke of Stukes, this Sturmgeschütz ace. "24 kills, and the Hellcat just can't seem to kill it." Oh, stopping up right in front of it. Oh, anti-tank gun wrecked. Hellcat with main gun destroyed. Sturmgeschütz. Oh, out of control. It looks like Looni has suffered excruciating losses. All of his Rangers are lost, down to 2 rifleman squads out of having 5 all of a sudden. Another Hellcat out of control. Not really fun for him, that. Panzer IV and King Tiger slightly wrecked, and yeah, that one was expensive. Hang on again. My apologies, that was her again. Just wanted to add something. Rather disastrous assault, inspired assault though. Oh, right at the wrong time. LMG gets dropped. And luckily he didn't get it. And machine gun didn't really do too well either. Don't really think this assault worked out very well at all. Again, the terrain and again the sort of strategy I figure on, you know, using on this side of the river as part of my defenses did work out. And this rather gutted poor Looni.
New recruits in, we're back to full strength.
Now we're seeing tank destroyers, armored
Ready to roll out.
cars, a mortar, more, and some riflemen. Not entirely sure that's going to pull through, although if we could get that Sturmgeschütz, he would certainly be a bit better off. Then he might be able to secure this side, but it has to go off quickly without a hitch. Again, don't bog down in things, Looni. Push. Push. No, push, I said. And an LMG also. Not an LMG, but an HMG. 42. And the rifleman getting absolutely cut down. He's actually pushing towards the center, moving his armored car right into my Panzer IV. He's actually managed 11 kills. Quite nice. Hellcat moving in, hoping to get that Sturmgeschütz. But of course now there are also Panzer to be aware of. Armored car is down. He should have supported that Hellcat with the armored car, I think. Would have worked much better. Could have used to clear out the LMGs and the rest, but no, instead he decided to do this. The final assault did not work out very well. As you might have noticed, he's rather been, well, beaten. I suppose we might try another off-map combat group.
Enemy unit down.
Slight attempts right here, but not really working out. And that Sturmgeschütz, of course, just being bloody lucky. MG team cleared out finally. And the pack right there, but of course also the fact that he sort of stopped up right in front of the pack rather allowed the Sturmgeschütz to win, since it basically cleared out both tank destroyers, or at least stopped them enough. So again, you know, be careful about moving across such points. They can be used quite nice in an ambush, which is what rather happened here. Although the pack crew, of course, paid for it with its life. And now it's basically just us talking a bit. Mortar cleared out, veterancy free. Another off-map combat group might be called in. And he gets the exact same thing. Panther has arrived though. Clearing out the machine gun emplacement right there.
Down to 25 points.
Grenadiers with an LMG. Ooh, hit by the artillery. Panzer IV charges right into the mess. Somehow dodges a bit of the artillery, but then gets hit by other bits of it. King Tiger ready to support. 17 kills on that one. Main gun destroyed. Sticky bombs on the Panzer IV. Oh dear.
Taking casualties.
Panzer 4 goes down in a blaze of glory. One last desperate push.
Roger.
Close but no cigar right there for poor Looney.
Troops are coming for us. Taking fire. We're hit.
And the M8's... Well, it managed to kill the gunner, I suppose. That's something. GG, well played, all that, and game over. Yes, indeed. Again, some of you might not be sort of fans of this type of game, and again, I sort of apologize, but really, I don't really have a lot of time. I'm a bit, you know, busy with exams, so again, I have to cut corners somewhere, so please accept that. If not, well, cast your own damn games. But for now, of course, what can we learn from this? I mean, Looney was sort of reasonably close at times, but, you know, he partly lacked a medic station much earlier on. He lacked a bit of aggression. That was sort of his problem. Sometimes he just stop up for no apparent reason, like right in front of the pack. I mean, that's pretty much the worst point to stop up on. But of course, also essentially my partly was the strategy to sort of use the river here as a sort of front line, you know, dividing line, which rather worked out for me. Bit of harassment, Schwimmmarken early on did well. Veterancy, Sturmgeschütz, all that, and the medic bank, of course, sort of getting up to something big. I'm not entirely sure about the LMG. Again, it's sort of alright, but again, 75 munitions is much too high for its sort of capabilities at the moment, I think. But in other times, it did actually win me the fight. So, I mean, again, not complete rubbish. And of course, that Nebelwerfer really did nicely for me. And of course, I suppose the question might have been, had he not benefited more from perhaps, you know, also not just getting constantly mortars, but perhaps a sniper or heavy machine gun early on and then placing it properly. But there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, want to subscribe and tell your friends. And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is ImperialDane saying cheers.